Hey everyone, welcome back to the Archangel 15. Wanted to do a short presentation here on why President Trump does not deserve the Nobel Peace Prize. I'm going to argue that he is in fact making things worse. We all know that Don sees himself as some type of messianic influence and wants to put himself on some type of high pulpit of regard for the entire world to see. It's no secret. The truth is, he has a 39% approval rating in this country and probably a 9% approval rating abroad. Another fact about, like I said, this whole claim that he deserves the Nobel Peace Prize is the Israel-Iran attacks. There's classified information that has come out that has shown that the Israeli attacks on Iran's nuclear facilities were ineffective, they did not work, and in fact, Israel got lit the F up with Iranian hypersonics. Iran was preparing for this day for a long time, and you can say what you want to say about Iran, but they're the only country that's outspoken against Zionism. So like I said, if you want to say that they're bad, tell me why they're bad. Like I said, give me a reason. And like I said, don't say, oh, they suppress their own people and this and that. Don't turn it into a humanitarian crisis. Like I said, we got enough humanitarian problems in this country that this guy can't even fix. That's the truth. But like I said, Don brought a lot of unfortunate drama to the Middle East. Like I said, and things are far from peaceful there in Iran and Israel. And while on the topic of Muslim countries, and like I said, Don's other claim to fame, why he deserves the Nobel Peace Prize, India and Pakistan. It is no secret that Don has an outright hatred for Muslims. In his first term, he imposed severe travel bans against otherwise amazing people who are devout in faith. The only reason he does this is because these people are not afraid and they're courageous enough to call him out on his proverbial shit, like myself. The travel bans, in my opinion, are not something a real transformational leader would have done. Next, we go to the Russia-Ukraine conflict. I have been to Russia 4 times. I've been to Ukraine twice. I consider myself to be an expert on the topic, and especially on things related to Sovietology. Like I said, there's something in this world called honor. You don't sit down with the president of Russia, suck him off, and then, like I said, then a week later you go sit down with the president of Ukraine and then basically act like you're some type of dignified person. Like I said, there's something in this world called honor. Like, pick a side and have enough courage to stand by your side and your allies. And the only real winner that came out of the meeting was President Putin. And I want to stop by saying that, like, Putin has already been sucked off by the Clintons, the Bushes, Obama, etc. Look at all the pictures. I don't have time to go over it here, but Putin has already been to the Crawford Ranch, I believe, twice at least. You can search pictures. Putin at Bush Crawford Ranch. Like I said, that this whole billionaire boys club, like I said, they're all hedged with their money and their assets in the same places at the end of the day. I tried mentioning this in my last Ukraine-Russia video, that it really wouldn't matter who won. Like I said, all the elites are essentially hedged in the same place as it is. The point is that there's nothing revolutionary about the meeting. And like I said, Putin only advanced the line even further in Ukraine. Things are far from peaceful there. There's not peace in the Ukraine-Russia conflict. Like I said, this guy should not go around touting that he deserves the Nobel Peace Prize when he's done absolutely nothing yet. Then we have the ICE raids. Love them or hate them, but how many families have been ripped apart? Is this the best possible option for humanity? Again, do you see peace in the Middle East? Or in the world? Do you see peace in Ukraine? Do you see peace in this country? No. Is this, like I said, does this guy deserve the Nobel Peace Prize? Absolutely not. Why? Because people like Don are really Zionist puppets, and there is no peace with these people. That's the truth. Finally, it really wouldn't surprise me if they did give Don the Nobel Peace Prize. For Christ's sake, they gave it to Barack Obama, who created ISIS. Like I said, so I mean, like, it really wouldn't surprise me. The standards for this award are like a joke. My little joke here is that, like, the Trump family is so greedy that for every nickel, that my guess is they don't really care about the award. They only care about the $2 million prize. They seem to be so greedy to get their hands on every nickel they can. But keep in mind, the rest of the world is awake. The rest of the world is educated. And then, like I said, this guy is a fraud in the eyes of the greater world. Stay alive, stay alert, and stay well, folks.